Hey y'all, we're just going to do a quick creasing tutorial. I think I had mentioned before that I kind of wanted to do some different methods for creasing. I don't know, this may help some of you out and maybe not. But basically I'm just going to do some solid color simple bows because we're not really doing a new bow style. It's going to be the Twisted Boutique, but you know, maybe this could help with problems with creasing because not everybody can do the three-fold crease real well or whatever. So you just want to get, you know, the basic stuff. I am using the wood burning tool for this one. If you don't have it, wood burning tool, then I'm going to just kind of show another method. So you just want your scissors and your glue gun. I'm using 3, if you're going to do all 3 bows. I've cut these, oh gosh, you know what, I don't remember, so let me measure real quick. Oh yeah, about 27 inches. Alright, so these are cut to about 27 inches each. We're just making these little bows. And all 3 of these I did using different methods to secure the center. Okay, so that's what we're going to take a look at. And let's see, you need maybe your lighter and scissors and all the good stuff. And I'm also using salon clips to help crease. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to very quickly make my little bow. Okay. And I'm going kind of quickly, but I have several other videos that show how to do the Twisted Boutique. Okay, and then I'm going to use my salon clip. And just make sure your loops are even. Okay. Now, one way that you can do this, and I know this is demonstrated on a lot of different videos that I've seen, but they're older. You don't have to do any sewing, and you don't have to do a 3-fold crease at all. Okay. You can use any kind of thread or I guess floss. This is organza, and it comes on a spool from Hobby Lobby. You want to get something strong because you're going to be tugging on this, you know, quite a bit. And you'll definitely need something to hold it, like a salon clip. Okay. So if you're going to use this method, basically what I do is I go in through the back. And I mean, this involves no creasing or sewing at all. Okay, it's basically just, you know, you need your thread and your salon clip, all right? Then what I do is just very quickly, see, that's what it looks like. And you want to hold on to it because it's not secure yet. You want to make sure that you don't let go of it because then it'll come apart. Alright, then you want to just hold that middle with your thumb and then switch to the other thumb. Just make sure something is holding that center. And then feed it around to the back side. And then I just kind of maneuver it down there and tie it off in the back again. And then, I mean, you can go back to the front, you know, go around a few times or whatever. and then I just tie it off, and that's it. And then you just cut off your excess, and like I said, you don't have to sew it. And you can crease it that way. Now that method works pretty well with simple bows. See, there it is. And I did it with this purple bow. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Now, if you have bows with, you know, a lot of layers and stuff, you know, that might not be the best method, but if you're making simple bows and you know, you can't crease or whatever, I know that 3-fold crease is hard for a lot of people to get down pat, but that's one way to do it. Okay. And then I have one already in this clip, so I'll use this. Same bow, made the same way. Let me make sure I have it. Okay. Now, this involves the wood burning tool. Okay. What you want to do is basically what we're going to do is burn 3 tiny holes in the center, along the center. And you want to leave it in the salon clip. Alright, and it's kind of hard for you to see, but I'll show you after I do it. I'm just going to take that tip, you see the tip right there, I don't want to touch it, I'll burn myself, but that very tip, and you just kind of, you just go in like that, just, you know, real quick, in the top, in the middle, and then toward the end. And that's, if you can see, that's what it looks like. Okay. And, you know, you want to make sure that it goes through the back as well. You don't need 3 really deep holes, but, and voila. Look at there. You can take it off of the salon clip and it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So then it's secure enough to where you can sew it, or do the 3-fold crease, or whatever you want to do. Okay, you can you can do the same thing that I just did. You can just put it back in the salon clip, and then take that organza or embroidery floss or whatever, and do what I did with the first one. If you don't, you know, like to sew or whatever. Okay, another thing you can do, and I have some brown thread, so maybe you can see it a little bit better. You can sew along there. You know, if you want to do that, you can just go in and out and sew. And you want to do it in between the holes. Like I'm going to start underneath that first hole, and I'm just weaving in and out around the holes. Alright, so you can kind of see I'm right there. And then I'm going in, and I'm going to go under that hole and make one more. And then I just kind of pull it through. Adjust my thread real quick. Alright, then I just kind of pull. Let me get it to where it looks right. Alright, and so you kind of have that crease right there. It does like the 3-fold crease for you if you weave in and out. Alright, and then you just kind of hold it and go around. Sort of like I do. I don't weave in and out, I just go through the middle. Okay. That's one way of doing it. And you can also just take your needle and go through the middle like you've seen in the other ones. You pull it all the way through and then you wrap it around. You know, you could do that too instead of sewing. Okay, so that's another way. I love the wood burning tool to do that, because then, you know, it's kind of a hands-free thing, and if you get it, if you don't like the crease, you can just let it go and your bow isn't going anywhere. It's going to stay in the same form. Okay? If that makes sense. Oh. All right. Now, what if I don't have a wood burning tool? Well, you can sew it in the middle and have the same result. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. Make my bow real quick. Alright, so I have my bow. I'm just adjusting a little bit. Now, if I don't have a wood burning tool, what you can do is just simply put a couple of stitches in it. And this doesn't require that you know how to sew necessarily. You just put a couple of stitches and you don't even really need a knot. I mean, you can put a knot if you want to. And I'm just going to put 2 stitches. And there you go. You just put 2 little stitches in there and you have the same result. You can just take it out of the salon clip and crease it however you want. And then you can you know, do the 3-fold crease or whatever you want to do. One thing before I make it, you might want to try this method. I don't know. If you have a small stapler and, you know, you're planning to put a knot in the middle or something, you could maybe put a couple of staples in if you can get them to go all the way through. And mine basically went all the way through. You see that staple right there? That's another thing, but you would need, I wouldn't recommend the bigger, I'd get the mini staplers. You know, they're not very big. Alright, that's another method. You could put, like, where I've got the stitches, you could put the 2 staples there possibly, or whatever. And you're going to cover them up so you won't see them. Alright, and so then you can, you know, do the 3-fold method. You can, you know, sew it, whatever you want to do. I like the idea of being able to make the bow, secure it in the middle, and then be able just to let go of it, you know, without messing it up, and then creasing it, if that makes sense. Okay, so hopefully this gives you some different ways of or more helpful ways of being able to put the crease together. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe it won't, but I know what works for some does not work, you know, for others. But Anyway, I have some cool new idea. Well, new for me. It's not really, they're not new bows. See, there you go. And hopefully in the coming weeks I can get some videos done, and we're going to do some, bigger bows. I'm going to do a cheer bow. I actually got some cool ideas from another Spanish speaking channel. The lady speaks Spanish, and she makes the most beautiful bows, and I'm going to share some of her ideas with you guys. I know a little Spanish, not much, but enough to understand, and basically, if you just watch, you could probably catch on, but I'm going to pass along some of her tutorial ideas, because she's just fabulous. So anyway, this was, you can see the bows. This was our first bow, and then the second bow, and you can see they look pretty much identical. Okay, and then there's our third bow, and we use different methods in all three. So give it a try and let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll get another video up soon. Thanks.